have reached the form and technique section of the day. I'm going to go through and demonstrate some signature moves of insanity. We're going to look for things that can go wrong typically in your class with these moves, how you can fix them, and we're also going to go through modifications of the moves as well. So let's start with the plank. First thing that you're going to want to tell your people is to have your hands underneath your shoulders. Okay, so here we are. Hands under shoulders. Okay. Head and neck in alignment. Okay. All the way from your tip of your head to your tailbone should be in one straight line. Okay, core is braced. Eyes looking slightly forward on the floor. And you're on your toes. What are some things that can happen with this move? Okay, so a lot of times, this. Okay, so neck not in alignment. Same thing here. Chin tucked. They can't breathe. A lot of times, if people lack core strength, you're going to see their hips sagging down. Okay, so you want to look for that too. You're also going to see a lot of this. Hips up in the air, right? So when their core gets tired, they're going to come up here. You want to make sure that everything is in one straight line. Okay? To modify this, down on the knees, you're still going to maintain head in alignment, neck in alignment, and straight line from tip of head to tailbone. Core is still braced. I'm just down on my knees. Okay, so they can do this way or with their toes tucked as well. Next is the lunge. You're going to want to start with feet, hips, distance apart. Step back, chest lifted, coming down and up, down and up. You want to make sure that you're looking for 2 90-degree bends in the knees. So this knee is directly over ankle, back knee is going straight down, chest lifted. Okay. What are some things that can happen with this move? A lot of times you will see people leaning forward and trying to lunge this way. This knee needs to come directly over the ankle. So I usually tell them you should be able to see your big toe when you look down. I also tell my classes a lot to, you want to think about not the escalator, but the elevator. Straight up and down, straight up and down. Another thing that can happen too that I see a lot, and I don't even know how people do it, is this heel stays on the floor. You want to make sure that that heel is lifted and that the knee is going straight down. To modify this, you're just going to tell them simply to reduce the range of motion. So make that move smaller. Next is the push-up. Hands are going to be wider, just wider than the shoulders. Okay, you can come into that plank position again, onto the toes. Okay. Again, head, neck in alignment, hips in alignment as well. Lower down and up, down and up. Okay, so a lot of times you're going to see the same thing as the plank. Hips are going to be up in the air, hips will be sagging. You might see hands too narrow right here, okay, getting into that tricep push-up. You don't want that. You're also going to see hands maybe out too wide as well. You want to tell them just outside of their shoulders. You want to make sure to tell them to modify this move, same thing. Come down on your knees, down and up, down and up. Still making sure that their head is in neutral, no eyes up, no eyes down, just looking at the floor. Any questions about that? Any of those moves? Okay, we'll move on.